Number 14, promote your videos outside YouTube. So you can email your contacts, friends, and coworkers the links for all your YouTube videos. You can let all your blog subscribers know about your videos on YouTube. You can promote your videos on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can post your videos on your site or blog. And more importantly, ask people to share. This is crucial, okay? So for example, if you're gonna use Twitter, this is something I did last week for a client. This video cracks me up, and I have a link to the video. And then I have a call to action. Please retweet. Just by asking people to retweet will multiply the retweets by 5 or sometimes 7. Okay, so ask people to retweet. And you can do the same thing on Facebook. This is not my post, but if it had been, at the end of it, I would have said, did you like this video? Please share it with your friends using the link below. Because, I mean, the share button is here, right? But nobody really sees it all the time. However, if you invite people to share it, you'll be giving them a really good reason, and you'll be reminding them that they can. Some people don't even know that they can or that they're supposed to. So if you ask people to share, a lot of people will. Tip number 15, keep it short. This is kind of a controversial thing for me to talk about, because every time I say that videos should be under 2 minutes, I get a lot of people saying, hey, I have a video that is 5 minutes and it works just fine, and people get really mad about this. But I want to say that this is not a hard rule, okay? I found that 2 minutes is the perfect limit. I probably uploaded around 1,000 videos to YouTube today, and I found that videos under 2 minutes work a lot better than videos over 2 minutes, okay? And again, it's not a hard rule, and you can find really good videos that are 5 minutes and they have a lot of views. But I mean, at the end of the day, you'll have to test it yourself. But I just want to save you some time of testing and to let you know that out of all the testing I've done, 2 minutes and below seems to be the perfect sweet spot. And the last tip number 16, is to analyze and learn. I mean, you're gonna upload a lot of videos to YouTube, and a lot of them will probably get like 5 or 10 views, and that's just your relatives and your closest friends. And some of them will get, I don't know, 100,000 views, 10,000 views, whatever. So it's really important that you analyze your top performers and your worst performers, and you try to find out what works and what doesn't. And that's it. Thank you. That's my contact information. If you have any questions about YouTube or social media marketing or online marketing in general, you can contact me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and you also have my email address. And you can download the slides from this link. It's bit.ly/Zeek, that's ZEKE -YouTube. Okay, so you can download the same PowerPoint presentation. And we're going to be doing some Q&A here. Okay, Maria is asking me, what's the best tool to create a good video? I don't really know what you mean by tool. If you're asking me about equipment, I use a digital camera. I mean, a Sony digital camera, but that's just me. I have a Sony, but you can have, like, any camera works, and I've seen really decent videos done even with cell phones. So again, don't stress about the equipment itself. It's the content people care about. Ben is asking me, is it rude to post video responses to competitors' videos? Well, the first thing I have to say is that 90% of the time, the owner of the original video has to approve your video to go as a response before it goes live. So unless they have it set by default that anybody can post video responses, that's not how it works. So I don't think it's rude. I mean, if you feel, it depends on how good the content is. That would be my question. If the content is very good, then, and if it's not competing in any way, I think it's going to get approved 100% of the time. If you're trying to promote something, then yeah, they might not like it, So I would say would say play it by ear. The worst that could happen is that they're gonna turn down your request. I mean, and I don't see really any harm in that. Chris is asking me if you can use images in audio and to make a video out of that instead of shooting actual video. Honestly, I haven't tried it. I've seen some really successful videos do this for funny pictures, for example. Maybe you can do it with a how-to video. If you, yeah, I could see how this could work for a tutorial. I mean, if you can show a step-by-step process and narrate over the images, I could see that this will work for you. Nathan is asking me for recommendations for video editing software. Well, actual video people will kill me for saying this, but I use the Windows Movie Maker. I mean, you can get the basic things done. I mean, you can trim video clips, kind of paste them, mix the audio. I mean, if you're looking for something more professional, I'm not the right person to answer this question for you. I know there are a couple of options out there, but a lot of the video editing software is very complex. So if you're a beginner, I would say that you can get most of the work done with the Windows Movie Maker. Blair is asking me, what's the purpose of creating a playlist on YouTube? Great question. I would say that it's twofold. The first one is that you want to get found when people search for keywords. Because if someone searches for gardening tips, for example, YouTube is going to show not only videos, but also playlists. So if you have a playlist with that name, people will find you a lot more easily. The other benefit is that you can surround yourself by a lot of great content and piggyback some of the credibility they have. So if you have a lot of very popular videos on the same playlist as your video will benefit from that. Daniel is asking me about video copyright. Again, I'm not your guy to answer this. All I do for my videos is I put them out there, I put a link to my site, and people rip them off all the time. I can almost guarantee that even if you have a copyright or something, people know they're not supposed to steal your content, but a lot of people do it anyway. So all I can say is, if you're really concerned about people ripping you off, you can talk to a lawyer and get better advice. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know much about copyright. But what I can tell you is that no matter how much you protect it, somebody will rip it off. And that's just part of the game. And that happens with everything you put online. I mean, there's always that risk. But the way I see it, the benefit you can get from getting all that exposure is a lot bigger than the harm you can get from someone ripping off your video and putting it on their websites without giving you credit. I'm also getting a lot of questions about video equipment and what kind of microphone to use, and all that technical stuff that I don't really know a lot about. But I have on the call Marcus Aikenbarry. Marcus is a good friend of mine. He's from Portland, Oregon, and he's a video genius. He's done a lot more on YouTube than I've ever done in my life. And I've actually learned a lot of what I know from him. So I'm gonna unmute Marcus. Give me just 1 second. And well, a lot of people are asking what kind of equipment do you use. And I've been to one of your YouTube presentations, which by the way was really, really good. So why don't you go ahead and tell the people on the call what kind of equipment you use to shoot your videos?
Well, okay, so I actually just published a video on this yesterday. So how timely was that? It's at YouTube/Markee, M-A-R-K-E-E, marketing.com. And I show the wide range. I have used everything from a little flip phone camera all the way up to I'm recording this right now actually on a camera that's like a Canon XF300, which is as expensive as a used car. Oh yeah, hey, there, great picture of me. If you scroll down a little bit on there, you'll see the Markee marketing link and the other sites. And so obviously I operate, and so I do play quite a ham on camera, and it actually works quite well. So so yeah, in fact, how to use a video camera on YouTube, and it doesn't take good camera quality. All it takes is good audio. And because people will forgive bad video, but you can't forgive bad audio when you can't hear what's going on. And so it doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, in this video, I actually show everybody how to use cheap cameras to make good content. So
Good. Well, that's great advice. I mean, I completely agree with you. If the audio is not good, people are not gonna like it. So we have a video from you here, and the URL is youtube.com/user/marquee. That's MARKEE marketing. So if people go to your channel right now, the first video they're gonna see is the one you were talking about, right?
yeah, that's the one on there.
Okay.
And don't forget to subscribe, people, when you're there. There's your call to action.
Look, I'm doing it right now. Good. Good. Well, thanks, Marcus. And let's see if we have any more questions here. Laura is asking me how she can use video for a corporate market. She's saying that she's a executive coach and leadership assessment trainer. Well, you can share your content, teach people what you know. A lot of people are very shy about sharing what they know. They feel like, hey, I mean, it took me like 10 years or 15 years to gain all this knowledge. Why would I give it away for free? Why? Well, the reason is everybody else is, and you want to stand out, so you want to go the extra mile and share everything you know so people can see that you actually know what you're talking about. So I don't really know what kind of topics you have expertise in, but do a keyword research using the Google keyword tool. See what kind of things people are asking about and what kind of topics they're interested in, and do a video about those. And that's how you're gonna build a following. We have here Pat Zipperly, and Pat, by the way, is a friend of mine. He's out of Durango, Colorado, and he has a video. So this is Pat's website, and he was recommending to use Sony Vegas for video edition. And thank you, Pat, because a lot of people were asking what kind of software they should use. So this is very helpful. Sony Vegas. And by the way, Pat has done a couple of videos for me, and I know he's very good. So feel free to contact him. Yeah, that's it. Good. Well, I did my best to answer as many questions as possible. Again, we had over 300 people on the call today, which was a record. I'm very excited that these webinars are catching on. The next one I'm going to do is about LinkedIn marketing. A lot of people are using LinkedIn. They have accounts, but they don't know all the marketing potential that LinkedIn has. So I'm going to send an announcement soon, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for being on the call today. Have a great day. And if I don't talk to you before then, happy New Year's and Merry Christmas.